Hello, everyone. This is Oscar from Crunch Crowd, and welcome back. This is the second of the fun-sized film reviews, as they've been called for the last one. So the last review I did was Uncharted. I say review, but these are more really more of my quick initial thoughts on these films that I'm talking about. So, second film I'm going to talk about today, the film I'm going to talk about today is the new anime film from Mamoru Hosoda, Belle. As I said, it's directed by Mamoru Hosoda, and for those of you who know his work, he's a very prolific anime director. He's made some very, very well appreciated films. Some films I really like also. He's made stuff like the Girl Who Leapt Through Time from 2006, 2009, Summer Wars, 2012's Wolf Children, The Boy and the Beast from 2016. I'm pretty sure. I think it came to the UK in 2017, but it was released in the US. Actually, in Japan in 2015. Yeah, it didn't come to the UK until 2017, though. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I've gotten all the other dates right there. I would hope so. But anyway, so Belle is the newest anime film from Mamoru Hosoda. And if you don't know the plot, then I'll do a brief synopsis. It follows the life of a young woman called Suzu, who goes into this virtual world known as You, where your facial features are captured and created into an online persona. And much like the Oasis in Ready Player One, for instance, it's a world where you can escape reality and live an alternative life to your own, perhaps a more idealistic life to your own. So that in its most basic concept, it's something we've seen done before. So the premise of this film takes away, the premise of this film, at its most basic level, takes inspiration from, like I said, Ready Player One and Sword Art Online in some aspects. And then really, as the plot evolves, and this is sort of what it's been billed as, it's kind of a modern technological reimagining of the Beauty and the Beast story. Since, to give you a little further detail, there is this beast within the You virtual world, and Suzu becomes Belle, who a singer, then becomes massively viral on the You platform. She becomes viral on the You platform, and everyone is suddenly talking about her. And since she's a very shy and anxious person, this is quite a shock to her. And from there, the film is about. I'll just say the plot evolves from there. To start off with, I'll just say, the animation. I mean, I fully expected the animation to be absolutely jaw-droppingly brilliant, and it is. To sum it up, it is, beautifully animated, visually stunning brilliance. It's absolutely, the visuals in this film are a very, very vibrant mix of this really, really, really vibrant and eye-popping 2D traditional animation combined with some pretty impressive CG animation, and they work together to make especially the sequences inside the world of You just really, really vibrant and colorful. The You sequences especially have a lot going on, like a lot of very, very colorful visuals going on, especially with all of the various users of You. Making up some of these very, very vast shots of like crowds of people, crowds of users, crowds of avatars in You, for example. There's a lot of really interesting a lot of very vibrant, very I know I keep using the word vibrant, but that's just the one that comes to mind. Very vibrant visual images, you know. The voice acting, I watched the subtitled version. The film is also available in a dubbed version, an English dubbed version. I don't tend to go for English dubs when it comes to anime. That's just me, I suppose. It's a personal preference. I just prefer to see any piece of media, really. See or watch, play any piece of media in its original language. So I always tend to opt for the original subtitle versions of anime films. So, and in the case of Belle, I'm definitely glad that I did, because there's a large emphasis on there's some musical sequences, some songs that Belle sings within You, and I imagine if those had been translated and sung in English, the impact would have felt different. I'm glad that I was able to see a version where the songs are actually sung in Japanese. I don't know, to be honest, if the songs are changed to be sung in English in the English dub, but I imagine they would be. Anyway. Yeah, that's another point. The music and the songs in Belle, the score and songs and everything, they're all absolutely brilliant, and they really they really enhance the emotional intensity of the film, I reckon. There's some really, really heartfelt moments in Belle. A fair bit of humor, also some really likable characters. I just thought overall, and not to say it's all light and happy, it does explore some serious themes also. The plot does have a fair bit of emotional weight to it, and there are as far as I say, there are some more serious themes explored, and they're explored quite well, I think. With quite a sensitivity to the issues, Again, I won't give anything away as to what these issues I'm talking about are. Overall, a really emotionally satisfying and ultimately uplifting film that I really, really very much enjoyed. Now, it's not necessarily on the standard of something like Your Name or A Silent Voice, which are two of the absolute standout anime films from the last 5 years, in my opinion. I know Your Name is technically almost 6 years old now, which stuns me, because I actually saw Your Name, Makoto Shinkai's Your Name. If any of you haven't seen it, it's literally like my favorite, probably my favorite anime film of all time. I know it's gotten quite phenomenally popular now, and a lot of people have seen it at this point. I saw it back in its initial UK cinema release back in 2016, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant, yeah. And a wonderful emotional experience, really. A brilliant cinematic experience. I'd highly recommend Your Name if you haven't checked it out yet. So Belle is not exactly on the level of Your Name. It's also not exactly on the level of A Silent Voice, as I said, which was based on a manga, and also a very, very good anime film, especially with regards to its exploration of serious themes, of quite sensitive themes, I would say, and sensitive topics. Belle, I think, is really, really excellent. It's good in all aspects, really. I will say there are also some really interesting sequences visually where text boxes of people's comments are just popping up all over the place. And admittedly, a lot of them are in Japanese, so I couldn't, I'm not a native Japanese speaker, or rather, obviously I'm not a native Japanese speaker. I don't speak Japanese, and unfortunately I cannot read Japanese either. But it was still, so it wasn't like I could read what every comment was saying. Some of the comments were in English, but, it was just a really interesting visual style to have the frame just sort of dominated by comments of various users within you whenever anything in particular was happening. Whenever anything significant was happening. Yeah, there's some pretty impressive sequences like that. And just, yeah, the animation's really, really stunning. The music and songs are brilliant. Voice acting is good all around. The characters, I guess this is not a spoiler. The characters and the loves of the subplots. Also, there are a few sort of love interest subplots that are not. They don't feel tacked on. They don't feel cheesy. They feel just very very wholesome and heartwarming, really. Other than that, I reckon that's about everything I have to say about Belle. I mean, to be honest, to sum it up, to give you a brief idea of my overall thoughts on it, a TLDR, if you will. I left the cinema so happy. It's like one of the happiest. It's like the happiest I've been after watching a film in quite some time. So if that's an indication of how much I liked it, I did like it very, very much. Yeah. I've not rated it on my Letterboxd page yet, actually, but I'm planning to give it. I think it's about 4 stars out of 5, which is a very good rating on my scale. So yeah, unfortunately, Belle, I think, is because it's been a few weeks now. I only managed to see it quite late, unfortunately, but. Yeah, so unfortunately, it seems like Belle is leaving some cinemas now. If you can still catch it in a cinema in the next week or so, I'd highly recommend seeing it. But if not, it should be coming to Blu-ray and DVD soon. And it's definitely worth watching, I'd say. So yeah, there's my thoughts on Belle. And stay tuned for future fun-sized film reviews from Crunch Crowd. This has been Oscar from Crunch Crowd, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.